Hello, welcome to Rehab Chronicles. This is day 3 of the alcohol experiment, the companion book to This Naked Mind by Annie Grace. There's a link to her website in the description, and if you know anybody who's dealing with addiction, or if you yourself are addicted, whether it's alcohol or anything, I encourage you to like this, follow this, and definitely check out nakedmind.com yourself. Okay, day 3. Why we think we like to drink. Starts off with a quote by Karen Salmonson. True happiness comes from gaining insight and growing into your best possible self. Otherwise, all you're having is immediate gratification pleasure, which is fleeting and doesn't grow you as a person. And the first section is on dopamine and serotonin. It talks about dopamine being in the pleasure center of the brain, which is responsible for desire and craving, and serotonin, which is responsible for feelings of satiety and inhibition. And basically, she's saying that when we artificially stimulate these, the body and the brain, in an attempt to maintain homeostasis, releases a chemical downer called dynorphin. This is why any kind of drug will give us a high, and then to get back to our normal high, we think we need more of that substance. Drinking also releases cortisol, the stress hormone. If you've got cortisol, it's good to work out to get rid of it. Day 3 journal questions. So this is something I wrote without a question prompt. It says, I feel great, so great, on top of the world I left behind, hopefully optimistic about a major increase in my earning capacity in days to come, already meditating on reaching out to my old boss and sharing my transformation and hope of being hired on. Talking about building the movies. All my basic needs are met. Was afraid that I would have to return an item at checkout at Walmart, even though all I could afford to eat this week are eggs, grits, ramen, Greek yogurt, I splurged on the Greek yogurt, oatmeal, raw rice, and beans. But I'm investing in myself.
Yeah, I would have.
So the first question prompt is brain chemicals. Reflect on the teachings of what is happening inside your brain. Just write down what comes to mind. How does this make you feel? Jittery from coffee. Concerned I'm overdoing it and will cramp at work. Couldn't buy coffee, too expensive. Will sleep more and drink less this week. Curious and wondering what I will feel like as the Saturday morning progresses into afternoon and night. I scheduled a do it from your home meditation tonight for my meetup group. The new moon is tonight. I'm feeling a rush of giddiness every time I think forward to it. Thinking forward, a big deal after living in the past for so long. I visualize nitrous oxide as a symbol of the past, boosting me forward into a winning future like in Fast and Furious, as opposed to living for years dwelling on the past and lamenting it. So journal question number 2, not your fault. Can you begin to see that your brain in relation to an addictive substance has actually been doing exactly what it is supposed to do? I love that part. It's like, actually I probably wrote this down. Yes, I did. So I wrote, even as a screw up, I was 100% successful. Even as a drunk, I was successful. I just didn't want to be successful at being a drunk. So imagine being 100% successful in the way I want to be, the way I want to show up as, for me and also for the world. So that was a quick one. There wasn't 3 questions like there normally are. 2 of the reflections from alcoholexperiment.com. Brady says, I had a situation last night that would typically send me straight to the bottle or a 6-pack of beer. I won. Good job, Brady. And Penny says, this is the first Saturday, and as long as I can remember, when I haven't woken up hungover and miserable, I am anxious, which feels like a craving, but I recognize that it is because I have so much time on my hands. What shall I do? I'm going to need some hobbies. That's right, Penny. One of the profound things that someone said at AA once was the hardest part of being sober is finding something to do to fill all that time that you used to spend drinking or using. I remember the basic technique that Annie Grace uses in the alcohol experiment and This Naked Mind is ACT. It's awareness of your beliefs. It's clarity on why you believe those things and really challenging that belief. And then turnaround is where you take the challenges and you rewire the subconscious belief, because it's our subconscious, she says, that drives our decision making. So, for example, if your belief is, I need alcohol to sleep, well, I used to get wired and brainstorm all night at this tipping point that whiskey would have on me. Even though it's a depressant, it would keep me up and energize me after a certain point.
You got an egg in here?
Yes.
Cook it.
Yeah.
You know how long it's cooked?
I should probably take it off the stove now.
He left her daughter with him.
We'll wrap that up
My daughter
today.
ended up.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. My eggs are done.